Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Watkins Glen International Raceway. We are set on site for tonight's ASRC's race tonight. It's going to be a good one. We got two races, of course, scheduled for these guys just like last week. And it was fun to see it last week. And tonight, here we are back here once again, ready to get this race underway here in just a few moments. Qualifying underway right now, so we want to bring you the last few minutes of qualifying and all that good stuff. But man, what a race last week we did see, and I expect tonight's race, honestly, to be just as good. Last week was at Lime Rock. Tonight, like I mentioned, Watkins Glen. And I was actually trying to find the points, and I think I might have found it. I hope that this is right. It is not that one. Hold on. It was actually for the rookie series, so give me just a second. Alright, I think I might have found it now. Alright, the Radical series. Of course, as you see on top of our board, you can already see his name up on top of the board. It is currently Carter, and I don't want to butcher his last name, so I try not to say it too much. I think it might be Kundinger, I believe is how you say his last name. I'm probably completely wrong about that. But he is currently your points leader. He has 71 points. He did win both races last week. Selner currently second, Clark third in the Radicals, of course. In the Cadillacs, because this is a multi-class series, you see it over on your left side already. Well, that's pretty much how they are in points. It is Neil's currently first with 84. And then we got Ronnie Kotz, who is currently second with 65, or I'm sorry, it's actually 55. And then in the GT4 series, it is the brothers right now. And right now we actually only have one of them in here. And Jake Johansson currently is first with 84. Justin Johansson is second in the point standing. So we are set to go here in just a few moments. We do want to welcome a new sponsor to the series. It is Pitbox. We want to welcome Pitbox.io. It is a secure cloud-based platform to capture, store, and analyze race teams' data, which is very awesome, by the way. The first market offering allows drivers to both capture their feedback on the car handling balance and prepare for a master track map, officially an encyclopedia of track notes. So that's really awesome. One cool thing about this, class winners will receive a free 12-month subscription to their service, and league members will receive a big discount here as well. In the rookie series, each class winner in the VW and MX-5 will win a subscription each week. For the sports car series, whichever driver scores the most points in their class across both series and will win the subscription. So pretty cool to welcome Pitbox here on board as a new league sponsor. We do appreciate them. We also got the other sponsors that you see on your screen at the moment. We want to thank all of them. It would not be possible without all that. Believe it. It is very important. But we do want to thank them for coming on board and sponsoring. We'll talk a little bit more about them here soon. Race number one about to get set here. We're going to hop straight down to the track and see who we got. Here we go. This is Odyssey Adams. Actually, I think Odas Adams. I said Odyssey. I apologize. But we'll see how Adams does here. Right now, best lap is a 1:59.037. I'll tell you one thing. This is a GT4 class. Actually, the times was really close in practice, as well as they are in qualifying. I mean, really, looking at the qualifying times, they're under a second from the top time. Sitting here looking at it, everybody pretty much with under a second, all with the exception of Jake Johansson, who is pretty much put a whipping on the field in qualifying right now. So we'll jump from that. We'll actually go ahead and move up to Caleb Selner. He is driving a Radical. You see him right there actually dodging the car. He is looking to try to improve just a little bit more. He's getting to start his green flag lap here from Watkins Glen. He's got 1 minute to do so. And then we will hop right into the race. And I expect this race to be good. I'm not going to lie. I expect this to be a very good race. And you can see your track map of what it looks like. Of course, we are running the boot here. Let me know in the comments who you are pulling for currently in tonight's event. It should be a very good one. From here, we go, and it might take me a second. I actually seen the schedule a little bit earlier. I was looking at it. Of course, we was at Lime Rock last week. Watkins Glen here tonight. Next week, we'll go to Road Atlanta. And then on July the 7th, Canadian Tire Motorsports. And then we go to Barber and then Sebring, and that rounds off the first half of the season. There is 12 races this season. We have one down. There's actually 24 races, to be completely honest, because there's 2 races in one night. But qualifying is coming to an end. We're watching Caleb Seller right now as he tries to complete qualifying, working through the boot section of the racetrack. I think that's turn 7 or 8 right there he's working through. And then a turn 9 right here. Yeah, that sounds about right. So here he goes. This is a very tough little track. I'm not going to lie. I know Watkins Glen is very popular throughout iRacing. Rightfully so. It's a fantastic track. A very fast road track. This is probably one of the fastest, I would say, that these guys go to this season. I mean, you got other fast tracks as well, like Daytona. Let's see, Le Mans is really popular, and there's some other ones as well. But anyway, here we go off the final turn. Let's see if he improves. He's looking to try to get the top spot away in that radical class. Across the start-finish line. Does his lap improve? It looked pretty good. And it looks like it will not improve. So he will stay there. Let's see if... Oh, he's going to shut it off as well. Jose Gonzalez shut it off. Everybody shut their cars off. So that means it is time for one thing and one thing only. It is time to set the grid up here on the racetrack. I do believe. I'm looking around to make sure nobody else is actually out on the track. I think Caleb Seller is still actually out there. But he's just getting there. You see him coming to a slow stop as well. So there you go. That will do it for qualifying as we get set to go for 40 minutes around this racetrack. A pretty good field. We got 7 cars in the Radical Series, 8 cars in the Cadillac Series, and then another 6 over the GT4 Series. And still a really nice field here tonight. And we'll see if they're able to put down some excitement for everyone. Should be good. Immediately following this race, guys, we'll be live also on Facebook. The Sprint, or the 360 Sprint Car Series, will be live from Lanier. I think we might have a special guest with us in the booth. I'm still waiting to confirm. But, yeah, so make sure you guys tune in to that. We'll be live around there around 9:20 or so. Alrighty, let's do it. Session should be switching over in about 10 seconds or so, maybe. There we go. It's actually switching now. So here we go. We are live from Watkins Glen, ready to get this one underway as the grid is starting to take place. We'll see if we can actually show the grid for you guys in each class. Give me just a second. I hope this is how we can do it. I've never really messed with it in each class, but there you go. There's your grid lineup for the classes here tonight. Of course, you see all the way right there in that first little bit. And of course, there's your Cadillac class as well. Here in this one. And then a little bit further back, it is the GT4 class. We'll be rolling off. We do want to thank SDK Gaming. They are the overlay makers here for this. They're very awesome, by the way. I love the overlays that they make for this. It's it is a little technical at first to get used to, but I really do enjoy it. So the cars are gridding up, but that means one thing. We are time to start rolling here, and let me do this to make sure my 360 cam works. There we go. We're good to go. And the car is ready to roll straight at us here from Watkins Glen. Might take us just a minute. We're still waiting on a couple cars to grid up here. As you look here, the Porsche safety car going to be leading us off the grid here tonight, or off the starting rows. You'll start seeing these cars get a little bit of space between them because they don't want to be right on the back of the other class. But one thing for certain is that it does not take long for these Radicals and Cadillacs to catch up to the back of these other field or other class, the GT4. So it looks like everybody's starting to roll. We did have one car not grid in the Cadillac. David Wilson did not grid, but there you go. Here they come right at your screen. As you get a look here at the field as they go by. jump back up to our Cadillac class once again. The yellow is the Radical class. The yellow on the grid. The blue, of course, your Cadillacs. You can kind of see the car logos there. And, of course, the pink or violet color, whatever you want to call that, is a GT4 class. Pretty easy to separate them, but you never know. Points, of course, on the line for this. And we do have a sprint race immediately following this for this same series. The field going to be inverted in that second race. Love the sound of these Radicals. This is one of the coolest sounds one of the coolest car sounds that we hear. And of course, you can see these drivers taking the boot here as you get another look here at the track map. You can kind of see where they are on that. Gives you guys an idea. This part usually, of course, in the NASCAR side of things, these Cup cars do not run this, which they probably should. But boy, who am I to judge? You can kind of already see that some classes are getting a little bit spaced out here from this Radical class. And, of course, back there to the GT or Cadillac class, we'll probably start seeing the GT4s probably pull out a little bit on them. So Carter will have the pole here for the Radicals, Nils for the GT4, and Jake Johansson will be your leader over in the GT4. It's going to be a fun race. I love Watkins Glen. It's one of my favorite road courses to watch. We usually see some good racing, especially if they stay tight to each other, which we know some wild stuff can happen here. By the way, Roger Gregory has pulled off. He's actually on pit road waiting, so he is elected to start from the pits, it looks like. So we'll see how that works out. The safety car is ready to take the left-hand turn after a long pace lap as we get set to go green. Here from Watkins Glen, we'll get to start from each class, should I say, as the green flag waits to wave, and we are waving it here from Watkins Glen. The green flag is underway. There's your Radicals. There comes your Cadillacs. And last but not least, here comes your GT4s. We may already have some issues in turn one. Yes, 2 Radicals have went off the racetrack. We'll get a replay with this. It might take us just a moment. I'm seeing some other issues happening as well. We always know turn one's a big factor in these races, especially at Watkins Glen. A lot of people not prepared for that. As you see that happen, that was who is that actually? Is that Gregory? What did I see? No, that's Thomas Cooper. I mean, actually went off track. Tough break there. And we actually had another one that went off track as well. The Cadillac, Ronnie Kotz, who is currently second in the point standings. Went off track, or I didn't go off track, actually spun around. So he's got a little bit of working to do here. Now front, Carter has kind of checked out here over second place Caleb Sneller. Keep your eye on Caleb. He's going to be fun to watch. Him and Jason Caines right now, and then Johnny Bell right there in fourth as well. As you see them 4 Radicals kind of getting away from 5th place of Patrick Jamin, who's back in 5th. Niels is kind of separated a little bit, and Jake Johansson. And I think Ronnie Koch just had another issue on the racetrack. Coming through the carousel. Oh, and there you go. It has blown up. And that's not good for the point standings. Side by side right here, Derek Pemberton making his debut here tonight. Really just wanting to learn in that number 3 car. He does fall back to 5th at the moment, getting passed by Nicholas Morelli. You see that one radical right there. As Thomas Cooper mixed in with these Cadillacs already because he had an issue. Remember, we seen him go around at the beginning of this race in turn 1. But he's got a little bit of traffic to work through. As he works up through the S's. Getting ready to go into the bus stop. Of course, the bus stop really famous here at Watkins Glen. There we go. Back to Jake Johansson. Let's hop on board and ride with him to the bus stop. Currently leading the GT4 series, the class, and championship right now. It'll be nice and easy to the bus stop. Staying in 4th gear, it looks like. All the drivers, it looks like, staying in 4th gear through that section. Jason Kane still putting some pressure here on 2nd position right now. Caleb Selner. Kane's still trying to run down a little bit here. Derek Pemberton also just made a pass on Jose Gonzalez. Jose may have had an issue here. Yeah, there ain't much damage there. But he is really slow right now in that Cadillac. Extremely slow. I'm trying to see if anything happened. Looks like something may have happened here. Yeah, he went off the track right here. We'll get a little bit further back. It looks like he may have gotten to that gravel trap. Yep, just missed the turn. And that's what happened. Watching Johnny Bell right now in that car that you see. Currently running in the 4th position here in class. That Radical Series out of the 7 cars that are in class tonight. So he's right pretty much in the middle. Of course, he's got that new sponsor on board tonight. You guys can see it right there on his car. Pitbox.io. Something I need to look it up because I think that sounded pretty interesting. I was reading that off earlier. Carter still leading the way here in the Radical Series. You guys can see the gap between each class right now. Right now our closest would be back in 2nd position, or at 2nd class should I say, in the Cadillac Series. And you see it right here, the number 2 trying to run down Niels right now. Riding on board. One thing a lot of people don't realize, turn 1 here at Watkins Glen, you could be a lot more aggressive than what you think. You can go in there pretty hot, cut that corner kind of shallow, get back on the gas early, and it does help quite a bit, shave off some of that time. He's now back to the GT4 class. These GT4s are pretty close right now, actually. Compared to one another. You see them all pretty much, all with the exception of Jake, who's leading them by quite a bit, but the rest of them are pretty much underneath the blink as Derek Pemberton. And he'll get really loose out of that corner. Right behind him is Jose Gonzalez in that Cadillac, and you're going to probably see Derek just let him go. He's not going to put up much of a fight against the Cadillac. It's pretty much no point as they work down the backstretch, and we'll see if Jose can get it right here or not. He's going to stay behind Derek for now. Derek said basically this is a learning experience that he wanted to learn how to drive these cars better. Of course, this is an open setup series here as well. So setups are, it ain't a must by any means, but they do help. Jason Kane from Illinois was able to get around Caleb Sellers a few laps ago. We ran 5 laps so far, 7.5 minutes in this 45-minute race. I don't know why I said 40 minutes earlier. Sorry. Here's Adams Jr. currently running third right now, putting some pressure on Harry Grindell for the second spot. Good battle still for second right now. If we continue to watch this one, this is the closest battle on the racetrack at the moment. By the way, you do see that Cadillac was able to get around some of these cars. And it started to pick them back off. Still got a long ways to go. But right now, Jose Bell is currently in the 6th position here in class. You see him right there on your screen. We watch Harry from the UK in the number 70 car, currently second here. It's going to be interesting to see how Adams approaches this with the Cadillac right on the back. Does he just pull over and let him go, or maybe take advantage of it once we get, once that Cadillac gets up there near Grindell for that spot? Actually taking a peek here. Here comes the Cadillac. Jose on the inside of the racetrack right now. And that red car coming at you. Not for position, it's for overall position, but not for class position. All right, well, that battle is kind of looks like it's settled down just a little bit. Let's check on the other ones. Everybody's spaced out already. It's definitely not surprising. One thing about Watkins Glen, they tend to get spaced out here pretty quick. And that's exactly what we're seeing now, as we are already 10.5 minutes into this one. Of course, immediately following this race, we do have a 20-minute sprint race coming up. Still watching this good battle here for second place in the GT4 class. Everybody else has spaced out quite a bit, so we're mainly focused right now on this. But there is an issue, and it's right here coming up behind them. That is actually second position that has tightened up in the Radical Series. There you go. As you look at it, it's Jason Kane's currently leading Selner. That's still going on. The GT4 is getting even closer here now. As you look right here at Nicholas Morelli putting some pressure on Adams Jr. That is for the third position now. Back up in our radical class. And for now, Jason's going to be able to hold on to it. For now. And not for long. Here we go to the bus stop. This is going to be interesting to watch. Jason Kane's going to have to give up second. Caleb Stoner takes it away. Oh, there goes Jason around through the grass, sliding, and honestly, very impressive not to hit anything. No idea how he went through there without hitting nothing. Here's a look at a replay. This was, he was actually running second/third. Here's another look at it. Just got a little bit too much of that rumble strip and upset the grip on the race car, and there you go. Around at a big 360 and able to keep it going. Good job not hitting nothing, though. Could have been very bad. Johnny Bell's the third, and you see Patrick Jammon. He is currently trying to run down Bell for that fourth spot. As far as our Cadillac class goes, Niels has, said goodbye here once again. He's doing a great job in that. Roger Gregory just made a pass on Derek Pemberton. That's going to knock Derek out of the fifth spot, back to sixth in the GT4. Going to put Derek right now at the very back end of the GT4 class. And what happened here? Is this a stop on pit road? It is. Odyssey Adams Jr. on pit road. These guys do have to pit one time. And you're not going to see him take tires or none of that stuff since this is a sprint race. He's actually pitting a little bit earlier than I thought. 8.48 total time, and Johnny Bell just went off track, but he's okay. Oh, well, he might have some trouble. Let's see. There you go. He went off track by quite a bit. And Adam Jr., by the way, has exited pit lane 40.03 total time on the pit stop. That goes for entire pit lane as well. Johnny Bell, Thomas Cooper. Thomas right there currently running in sixth place right behind Bell. That's on your screen. And that pit box IO car for Johnny here. There's a little bit of damage on Bell's car as well. I can't really tell from that angle. It looks like it might be a little scratched up. Nice paint scheme though. Derek Pemberton has went off the racetrack as well. He is back on it. Should not be an issue there. Jump back up here. Let's see what kind of car this is. Okay. She is for second place. 41 has it right now. As we are 17 minutes into this one. Carter still leading the way here from Watkins Glen in that radical class. Right now each class leader still leading. I haven't really talked about Carter or Niels or too much of Jake Johansson, who is your current leader in that GT4 series. Right behind him, by the way, that is not a class car. That is a Cadillac that you see. And there you see Jake finally getting passed by that Cadillac. Like I said, everything pretty much now has spaced out quite a bit from the other cars. Our close battles, we do have Steve Bunning coming on pit road. That is scheduled. But right here would be our closest position right here, actually, for second place. But you still see a little bit of a distance there between them two cars. And real quick, we did not actually show this, but why not go ahead and show it now? There is a look at your race information. And apparently, we'll have to fix that during the break, I believe. Well, Roger Gregory missed the bus stop. Looks like he just drives through it. Watching him right now here in the Ford car. He brakes and yeah, just missed it. Luckily, just kept going straight. We'll get a slowdown penalty for that. And it could have been a lot worse. Smart move. Probably kind of took it a little wrong there. By the way, Johnny Bell just passed Thomas Cooper for P5. Thomas Cooper is on pit lane. There we go. Now we got the correct weather and stuff right. Now it's fixing that. Now we can actually show you guys. 119 degree track temp. That's pretty hot. 75 degree air temp, but 119 degree track temp. That's a little spicy. 20 minutes in. 21 minutes in. Everybody, like I said, kind of spaced out. Nobody really that close to each other for the most part. We might have something going on back here. There we go. This is Nicholas Morelli putting some pressure here on Harry Grindale once again. Thomas Cooper shows that he may have crashed. You go around and, got a little bit of the curve. Oh, he got some of the grass. And, hard contact there. Fortunately, the Radical, not what he wanted. Oh, we're going around again. This is live. They're around in that pit box IO car. I believe that wing. Oh, we got more going around. That was actually Jose Gonzalez that went around in the Cadillac. And then you see the other cars going around him. That's tough. We got some cars here on pit road. It's Derek Pemberton on pit road and still on pit road, that is. There's your look. Here we go. This is for position. Watching these two guys go at it for that second spot right now in class. And for now, Chauvin holds on to it. We should be seeing these guys hit pit lane any time now. We're waiting for them to hit pit road. Oh, there we go. Chauvin goes around. Now he's going to turn down pit road. That's a great time to actually hit pit road. Very bad. We're watching them on pit road right now, going to get an idea of how long it takes. There he comes down the way for pit road. Remember, we've seen about 40 seconds total time. Chauvin about to exit, and 47 for him. We'll have to wait and see where he comes back out. And once these other guys hit pit lane, we're still waiting on Niels to hit pit lane, I believe. We need to double check to make sure he has not been. Yeah, there you go. Over on the left side, you see pit stops who have not pitted. We got a couple people that have actually pitted twice, but you see some of the top 5 right now. Radicals have not made any stops. 2 right now in the Cadillacs have not made a stop, and then Johansson has not made a stop, or Morelli has made a stop in the GT4. We're waiting for Carter to also hit pit lane. We'll see if he comes this time. He would be the first one in that Radical class to pit. Not going to right now. Caleb, don't think we'll see none of these other guys pit yet. Neil's not going to pit yet. Jake Johansson, we'll wait and see if he hits pit lane. And yep, he will be our first leader to actually hit pit road. And some other cars coming with him as well. Going on. Jump back up to our Radical leader. Almost 27 minutes in. Once again, immediately following this race, we will have another one. As we got a little bit of a blinking issue. There we go. And but we will have another race immediately following this one. Once again, right here at Watkins Glen. And the field will be inverted for each class. if Carter hits pit road this time. Nope, he did not. Once again, shout out to the sponsors here. Make sure we're going to shout them out here with Pitbox.io, as well as the other sponsors that we have here as well. There we go. So shout out to all of them sponsors make this league possible. It is a fun league actually, so if you are interested in a multi-series or multi-class league, check it out. The GT4s are pretty fun. I don't think I could drive the Radicals. I don't think I'm that good. They are fun. Oh, this is going to be an issue. Carter almost got Rebecca Jose. That was very close. And we'll see this time if we do actually have Johnny Bell. He has hit pit road. Jamin has also exited pit road. So both of them guys have exited. Carter, I would think, would hit this time. As we got another Cadillac coming in right in front of him. Oh, this is going to check things up a little bit. Make things very interesting. And that was Logan, by the way, that's right behind him that Carter almost got in the back of. But I think it's pretty interesting there. It's going to help Caleb Sellner close the gap up a little bit. But right now it's so far back, I think that Carter's still going to be okay with that. You can see Caleb here coming to pit lane as well. And you also see Jason Cage coming to pit lane. Niels has also hit pit road. I would expect to see Chauvin hit pit road this time. Once again, here's a look at your pit stops that have happened. Actually, Chauvin has actually hit pit road. So there you go. Carter's still leading the way. Everybody, like I said, everybody's spaced out, so there's not a ton to really watch right now. As you see the gaps, I mean, it is pretty much separated here at Watkins Glen. Nobody really that close at the moment. Pit stops probably didn't help keep that too close as it is. Again, guys, following this race, we will take a quick intermission. It's about a 5-minute intermission before the second race actually comes up. And then, we had an issue back here. Jason Haynes had an issue. Let's see. Oh, did he just disconnect or back live? He's good. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, we will take a quick intermission immediately following this race. Get us set up for the second race, which is a 20-minute sprint race. From there, we will take another break, not on this broadcast, but we will transfer our broadcast efforts over to the 360, the Bitwell 360 Sprint Car Series that we'll cover immediately following this one, or the Sprint Series. Sprint race, so. Roger Gregory had an issue. See it, but it does not show us. Watching Carter work through the final. Let's actually hop on board. Why not? We haven't really done that much. Let's get a ride around Watkins Glen. It's one of the best. Actually dealing with some lap traffic as well. How fast these things actually are. Pop open our dashboard and you can see the miles per hour as well. See how aggressive he is in turn one? That's what I was talking about, how aggressive you can be in turn one. Probably up, does upshift to 6. I don't know if we'll see 7. Probably will down the straightaway. No, we're not going to see 7, I don't think. So aggressive over the bumps. Very smooth on the steering wheel, which is exactly what you want to be. And here he is working up behind 70 car right now. It's Harry Grindell, who is 4th position in GT4. Right up in front of him. Right here in the number 19. BMW. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining here in this one. See right here the best lap time right now for Carter. The 1:42.326. I'm going to guess this one probably not going to be it as well. Because he had to deal with some lap traffic, but you never know. It's just so different riding on board with these different cars. I mean, we can go from here back to Mills. We'll wait and see what Carter's lap time is. Now 1:43 that time, and then back here at the Mills, you can see just so much different in these cars. Not a lot of grip in these Cadillacs. Well, there's a lot of grip, just really heavy cars. These things are extremely heavy. So, of course, you can see the lap time difference. A 1:49.555 best lap for the number 1 car in the GT4. Or, I'm sorry, in the Cadillac. Actually, right now I'm sitting here looking. We only got actually 4 GT4s running. And actually, I think we only got 4. No, we still got 5 GT or Cadillacs only. What, we still got 6, I think, of the Radicals. Back to Jake Johansson. And you see what inside of the Porsche looks like. Looking pretty good though. Track temp still at, well, it's putting down a little bit, 116 degrees. So it's putting down 3 degrees, which now we don't have as many cars running as what we did, so it could be an issue while the track temp has fallen just a little bit. Watching Caleb right now as we are about ready to wrap this one up. We are coming up on 38 minutes in. We're just looking around the racetrack. Not really a whole lot going on anywhere out on the racetrack at the moment. Closest battle that we would really have would be for 3rd place in the GT4 class. That is still kind of there, but A little over a second separating both of them. Nicholas still trying to hold on. He's actually being ran down by Harry Grandel. It looks a little bit here. Grandel, I apologize. Last time by, the gap has closed a little bit. About 0.8 separating the two right now. When I mentioned that Jason Keynes just got around Johnny Bell for 4th place. Closest battle on the racetrack. We're watching it right now. We got one car actually off. That was Steve Bunning that went off. Steve, unfortunately, is going to be 6th, and it looks like his night may come to an end. But he was going to finish 6th in class either way, with Thomas Cooper being out. Tough break, but definitely not the greatest night either overall for him, that is. Good, and the battle's really heated up here for the 3rd spot, though, in the GT4. Everybody else spaced out by looking right now by quite a bit, actually. Oh, look at that. 3 wide right here, back here. That was a pretty cool little thing. That was actually all 3 classes side by side. That's pretty neat. That's the deal is that you see that blue Cadillac. So it's a little bit of a sketchy moment here for him right now as he tries to work through some of this. It looks like he's going to be able to, at least for now, that is. Patrick Jamin is right there as well. He's making a pass as he goes to the bus stop. .42 minutes in, 42 and a half minutes coming up. Don't think we'll see white flag this time. No, definitely not going to see it this time. We'll see it next time, however. I do believe. For Carter. Yeah, we may see it next time, or this time coming up, should I say. Have to wait and see, but it might actually be another 2 left before we see the white flag. Oh, I see Jason Cage have an issue. Just a little bit of a blinking there on his end. Oh, what happened here? Shavin had an issue. He was running second in class, and then this one happened. Oh, hard contact. Now, does he continue to drive away? Or is his race going to come to an end? Yeah, he's done. Wow, making it that far just to lose that spot. So that's going to give it to Vince Root now, who takes it away. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to go right here. Tough break there. Don't know if we got the white flag or not, guys. We're waiting to confirm this. Do not think this is the white flag just yet. Did Jason Keynes just drop out? Jason Keynes may have just disconnected. May have lagged out. Nope, he's back. He's still in fourth at the moment. As we continue to watch Carter, he is your Radical Series or Radical Class leader. Niels is currently second. He is just now taking the white flag. As Carter, I believe, is coming to the checker. Need to wait to confirm this, though. Yep, checker flag. Carter Grundinger is going to win the Radical Series race number 1 here from Watkins Glen. Still got the race going on back here for second, and of course the GT4 will be finished up, and Jake Johansson should be your race winner here as well, unless something happens, but you never know. It's definitely possible. Carter is able to win the Radical Series race here tonight, race 1. As Jake Johansson works through the final portion of the racetrack, just now turning onto the Cup circuit, or the Cup straightaway. And he is going to go on and win race number 1 here at the GT4 Series, as long as he gets to the final turn. And Jake Johansson going to extend his points lead here tonight. He will win the GT4 class. Back over to our Cadillac class. Neil's working out a turn, whatever turn that is, 11 I think, and we'll see the checkered flag, and he will win the Cadillac class here tonight. See if we can talk to Carter here real quick. It might take me just a second to get him in. Hey Carter, it's Adam ESB, and you got me?
Yeah, gotcha.
A man able to do what you did last week, continuing to just gap the field, it looks like, especially here at Watkins Glen. Race went a little bit smoother this week, it looks like, than what it did last week. Overall, got to be happy with the first race.
I mean, obviously, as you could probably see, it was definitely a lot calmer of a race. It was not very chaotic. So that part was nice, at least. You know, I could actually, like, focus on my line most of the laps and just focus on putting down good laps, and that's all that I really need to do tonight to get the win.
One thing we're going to be talking about all season long is just dealing with lap cars, because the Radicals are so much faster than all these the Cadillacs and the GT4. How hard is it to navigate through that at some point?
I mean, I think you just gotta kind of understand. At least for me, I need to understand what my radical has that those guys don't. And I think the big thing is grip. Like I know, at least for me, what I will tend to do around these guys is I know I have a little bit more straight line speed than them, so obviously on the straights shouldn't be too much of a big deal. But I just know overall I have more grip than them. So you'll see me taking like the outside line around, like let's say the sweeper after the boot, or really any like sweeping corners where they need to like hug that inside line. I feel like at least for a radical, it's a lot easier to go around the outside than it is to try and do basically anything else. So I think traffic wise, honestly, the cars are so different. They shouldn't be uh, too difficult, but some difficulties can really pop up if you don't quite know exactly what you want to do when you come up to a slower car.
Yeah, man, you did a great job, and I love watching Watkins Glen. It's always a fun racetrack. You want to give shout outs before we get ready to go for race number 2?
Yeah, I guess I'll give my shout outs. First one to AOD Racing, the guys that I hang out with daily. They're a great group of guys. It's a fun group. We do anything from the NIS series to endurance events to leagues. So they're just fun to hang around. And then all the guys that put together this series here at ASRC, Johnny and all those guys, just want to shout out to them.
I've heard a lot about AOD, I believe, in the past. Pretty good team from what I've been told. Good job tonight, man. We'll talk to you here probably next race.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. All right, guys. So what that's going to do, let me make sure that there ain't no other. Everybody else is not in here from the second or third series or class. So what we'll do, we will pause this, and we will take a break and come right back in here for the second of the races. Once again, shout out to the sponsors. That's the main thing that you guys are seeing up on your screen right now. And we'll be right back, guys. We're right after this, so stand by. Once again, guys, we are in a standstill at the moment. We are in an intermission for the second race here, part of the ASCS Sports Car Series. We'll be live here in just a moment once again. Welcome back here to Watkins Glen International Raceway. We are set to go back racing here in just a moment for race number 2 here tonight. We want to thank all the awesome sponsors you see as some laps are still just now being put down. But we do want to thank all the sponsors you see on your screen. Of course, there's Thrustmaster up there, Momo, all these other, NVIDIA, Azus, Pitbox.io, the newest sponsor here, part of the race series. Check out Pitbox.io. They are a new sponsor. It came in, and basically what they are, they're a secure, closed-based platform to capture, store, and analyze race teams' data. Their first marketing offering allows drivers to both capture their feedback on the car handling balance and prepare for a master track map, officially an encyclopedia. Basically, it's an encyclopedia of race notes. So there you go. Winners will get a free month or free 12-month subscription and all that good stuff, and other stuff for the league, discounts and all that. So it's pretty cool, and very happy to have him on board once again, or for the first time this season. We are ready to go. Gridding has began. There is no qualifying here. It is basically a full invert for each class as we get set to roll here. We only got 4 drivers in the GTE or GT4 class this race. Derek Pemberton not showing up for this one. He actually sent me a message that he was not happy with his setup, so he did not think he'd actually run this one and work on next week's a little bit earlier. So here we go. Up front, it is going to be Steve Budding and Johnny Bell in the... Actually, you know what? Let's just do it like this. It's probably easier. Hopefully they'll show us. There you go. There's who's starting up front in the Radical class. In the Cadillac class, there you go. Jose Gonzalez. Chavez going to be starting up there as well. I hope I say his name right. We'll have to wait and see. And back here in the GT4. We actually do got 5 GT4s now. Obviously, I haven't actually made it, but he's going to be starting in the pit lane. So that's okay. Thomas Cooper also elected to start the pit lane. This is a 20-minute race. Keep that in mind. Once again, immediately following this race, we will be live once again over on the ESPN Facebook channel. We'll be live over there for the Sprint 360 Sprint Car Series. We'll be live from Lanier, racing some dirt racing tonight. Me and Tony Trapasso will have the call. I think we might have a special guest. We're still waiting to confirm that, but hopefully, from what I'm hearing, Alright, here we go. Getting ready to kick this one off as they work down the backstretch here. Getting ready to go into the boot section of the track. Actually, the dog leg and then the boot section of the racetrack. 20 minutes on the clock, about to pop up. Once again, we just seen some of these guys that won, of course. Carter Kundinger going to be rolling off in 5th in this one in the Radical. Neil's going to be rolling off in 6th in this one. And a little bit further back in the GTE 4 class, it is going to be Jake Johansson. He was the winner of the last race as well. So, ready to go. As now we're working through the boot section. This race is only 20 minutes long, so it's not a long race by any means. As we are ready to kick this one off. Once again, next week, I want to go ahead and mention this again. We will be live once again next week, same time at 7:20 Eastern Time. We'll be starting to cover the first race here for the ASRC. We will be live from Road Atlanta for week number 3 next week. Also, guys, do not forget to tune in this Thursday for some more road racing action. Red Sox Racing League. They are halfway through their season. Only 3 races left. There's a 6-race schedule. And we're almost done with that for their summer series. We'll be live for the GT4 series for that one. Immediately following that, it is a big one. For the Strictly Street Stocks, we will have championship race night for the Strictly Street Stock Series, live on ESPN as well. Facebook page, do not miss that. 4 drivers remain in that one. And there was some big upsets last week. We thought we'd see a couple guys over there make it for sure to the Final Four. They did not make it. Let's get this one underway, though. That is the big topic of the night. Johnny Bell, Steve Bunting up front. Johnny Bell in that pink one, Steve Bunting in that green car as the pace car takes off, green flags out in the air. There's your look at your radicals. They did have issues last time. Turn 1. Here's a look. Oh my goodness, look at this chaos. Right there to the rest of them. And look up front at the radicals. We're going to jump straight back into this chaos back here. Everybody makes it through. We're going to jump back up front in the radicals. Who's side by. Look at this mess. This is probably the best race we've seen. Love the night. To be honest, that was a great restart by all 3 classes. There's no way this works. No way. That goes to show you right there. Not going to work, but it is going to be Carter coming out the other end and saying hello and goodbye, possibly. Was Carter able to take the lead? Remember, we seen him win last time. Here's Shavin. He's still out front. Neil's trying to put a pass off for second place. Oh, man, that issue. Thomas Cooper. Jose Gonzalez. Thomas Cooper just came out of the pits, I believe. Man, I had an issue. We will go back to that here in just a moment. Actually, let's go back to it now. What happened? Here's Thomas Cooper in the radical. He just left pits not too long ago, and well, that did not work out. Cold tires never do. Oh, tough break. Jake Johansson in that GT4. He is currently sitting 3rd right now in class. Remember, he actually won the last one as well. Thomas Cooper again having issues. And yeah, it looks like he's just calling. He's done. He's like, I don't know if I want any more of this. We got lots of stuff happening all around the racetrack right now. It's hard to keep up with what. Lap number 2 is going to go up on the board. Niels, by the way, trying to take over that top spot. Was looking earlier in the Sports Car Series Discord channel, sitting here reading and stuff like that. I heard that the throttle control is very important at a place like this because they were saying how tough Watkins Glen can be because the corners are so much longer. Basically, they said at Watkins the acceleration points are pretty odd because most of the corners here are very long. There you go. So they are working with the throttle points, it looks like. And we got a good battle here in the Cadillac class right now for the top spot. Neil's trying to figure out a way to get around, getting the block thrown on him right there by the number 18 car. You can already say that. Right now, we only really got 3 cars in that Cadillac class that logistically has a better shot of winning because the other 3, I don't want to say 3, we got 4 actually still in it. The other 3, however, are on pit road. Not very great there. Back onto the Cup straightaway on the backstretch, going into the final 2 turns here. Gonna be honest, not a bad race right now in this GT or Cadillac class, but that may have been about to change. Here comes Niels, not gonna be able to do it. Will he overdrive? He goes out wide, and Niels gonna be able to stay in second for now. There's also a battle back in the GT4 class. Nicholas Morelli currently holds that spot. Jake Johansson right there on your screen as well. Back up to our Cadillac. Here we go, into the bus stop. Try to outbreak each other here. Who's going to come out the other end in a better position to put a pass here into Carousel? Mills closes the gap up quite a bit. Looks to the outside of Carousel. Watch him to dive off the corner. And no, now he goes out wide. He's going to have the preferred lane going to the next corner and going to be tight racing here. Side by side, Neal's going to go back to the lead in that Cadillac class. There you go. And back here, Jake Johansson. Currently battling for the GT4 lead. Comes Johansson with a run. Let's see if he can make it, or will we see Nicholas be able to defend this position as we get ready to work our way out of the boot section of the racetrack. Right now, Nicholas able to keep about a car distance between them as we work up the hill and back onto the cup circuit now. Here comes Jake. Not going to be able to get there just yet. Roger Gregory actually just went off the track as well. Just want to point that out. But he is okay. He is able to stay in third. That was part of the GT4 class as well that we're watching right now. We do got one car actually on pit lane. Chauvin has come down pit lane. Battle for the top spot here in the GT4. Jake Johansson going to have the preferred line going into turn number one. And who's going to come out the other side? This is very tough racing here. It is crazy how much bigger that Porsche is compared to, or how much smaller the Porsche is compared to the BMW. Good Lord. Up through the S's. Still going to watch this one. Maybe get a little bit of slipstream here down the straightaway for Nicholas. See if he can close the gap back up. Maybe have a chance here going into the bus stop. Right now, Johansson able to get through the bus stop really clean. Able to keep that lead for now. We're already 7 minutes in. 15-minute race here from Watkins Glen, and we are back to exactly where we started when we finished off the last one. Same leaders, first in every class. Get a look here at our gap, that way we can find our closest position battle on track. Right now it would be in the Cadillac class between these two, about 1.6 seconds actually. I lied. Right here with Jay Johansson still. Currently watching Jake Johansson right now kind of drive away here. Johnny Bell just passed Caleb Sellner. What happened to Caleb? Actually, they are going at it right here. This is a good pass there for Johnny. He was actually in third at one point and gave up that spot to Caleb, and here he is back here again. Once again, Johnny Bell taking over the third position in the Radical class. As we are already 10 minutes, we are halfway through this race. It is still the same exact people, or drivers, should I say, that was leading the first race we had. May have just had an issue on the racetrack. Let's see what happened here. This is Chauvin may have went around here coming onto the Cup circuit. Yep, does a little bit overcorrected. Luckily, to keep it out of the wall, which could have been really bad. I think he might have had another issue. No, he did not. So he is able to stay in fourth. Just unfortunately not the greatest night going on right now for him. I am curious, do these guys have to pit? I don't think they have to pit. I can't remember in this race. I know they did in the first one, but I don't think you have to in this one since it is a sprint race. Pretty sure that you do not have to. I may be a little bit wrong on that, but we'll kind of just play it by ear and see what happens. Uh-oh, Steve Bunning had an issue. Here's a look at a replay. In the Radical Series, remember, he started on the pole in the Radical Series after the invert. And, just a little bit too much brake applied. And there you go. He really didn't even wreck. By the way, just had another pass on the track in the Radical Series. Sellner was able to get around Johnny Bell for now. Caleb goes wide into the grass and trying to save it. He does. But Johnny Bell able to take back and gap that second or third position now. That was a little sketchy. Caleb's part, usually really fast and having some issues right now this race. Once again, guys, we will be live immediately following this race. Live on our Facebook page, we will have the 360 Sprint Car Series. Me and Tony Trapasso will have the coverage from Lanier Speedway, a short 40-lap sprint race. It's going to be a fun one, though. And these guys always put on a great show over there. And anxious to see some dirt tonight. Still looking at our gaps right now. There is not a lot going on. This is pretty much the same time that we started seeing everybody kind of gap each other in the last race that we had. Because remember, we did have a race a few moments ago prior to this race. Remember, we had a 40-minute race, and then we actually now have transferred to the 20-minute race. And that's what we're in right now. Actually, only 7.5 minutes remaining here in the sprint race that we're going on right now. Carter and the Radical still leading the way in that Radical class, and then Neil still leading the way in the Cadillac class by quite a bit, almost 5 seconds pretty much. We'll call it 5, and there it is, now 5 seconds over second place. And then we go back a little bit further. Jake Johansson currently leading the GT4 class. Remember, that is the same exact order where they finished last time. And that's where we continue. Nothing really changed. The restart was pretty insane, though. I will say that. Right now, not much really going on anywhere. And we knew that this race would space out a lot more than Lime Rock did. Lime Rock, of course, a lot smaller track. It's basically a short track for these guys. So we knew it would happen. Road Atlanta, I expect to be kind of like this as well. One of the tracks I'm really looking forward to actually going to when I go and look at the actual schedule announcements would be Sebring's going to be interesting. Okayama is going to be really fun. And Belle Isle is going to be a blast, but that's not until August. And Canadian Time Motorsports July 7th. That's going to be fun. Looking forward to that one as well, just to all right Canadian Tire. So There's a few races I'm actually looking forward to when I look at the schedule. But as far as a very short race, I don't think we're going to see what we seen like we did last week when we was at Lime Rock. I don't know. Oklahoma, we may see that. Either way. Five minutes remaining here in tonight's race. Once again, immediately following this one, guys, we will be live on our Facebook page. Live coverage of the 360 Sprint Car Series, sponsored by Bitmill. Or Bitwell, I apologize, sorry. No, that was a close call. Carter had a little bit of a close call as you look through some of the other cars actually out on track. Caleb Selner has caught back up to Johnny Bell. Remember, we've seen these two guys going at it a few moments ago. And once again, we're seeing it here tonight. Oh, little issue on my end, guys. Here we go. Sorry about that. Watching this, look at this. Cadillac kind of in the way to the bus stop. Still watching the battle right now. We are down to 3.5 minutes, but still watching the battle right now for the third spot. Here in the Radical Series, it's our closest one that we have. Right now it's kind of a big, tough task right now for Caleb Selner to catch up to Johnny Bell. He's really struggling right now. Johnny doing a great job on keeping third. Still looking throughout the field. Not much really going on anywhere else, so we're kind of just focused on this one as we begin lap 11 for these guys. Carter's still out front. Neal's still out front in the Cadillac in the GT4. Of course, Jake Johansson is out to an 11-second lead over there. May have had an issue here with Adams Jr. He was actually still off the track, I believe. You see it right there. Backs it into the sand pit. And actually had to sit there for a few seconds while some cars went by. You see him right there. Gonna get the white flag next time by for our race leader Carter. At least I do believe so. We should. Johnny was actually able to extend a little bit here for that third position. All right, so the white flag is out for our Radical leader, Carter, as you look here at him, Carter right now working into the bus stop this time. Oh, almost got loose through the bus stop. That would have been bad. He's got to go through the back into the racetrack. One more final time. The boot section of it, which is where Niels is right now. He is coming to take the checker flag, actually. And that's where we'll watch. Let me make sure that our Jake Johansson, I believe he just got the checker flag, it looks like. But we will wait to confirm that for sure. And Niels is coming to the checker flag. And he is going to win the Cadillac race here once again tonight. Back-to-back wins here for him. And of course, Carter working through the final part of the racetrack as well. Let me double check this to make sure that Niels and Jake have already won. I don't want to exactly, say that they have for sure. And Carter is going to win that one at Watkins Glen. That's back-to-back wins for him again tonight. He did the same thing last week. Now, it does not look like that Niels and Jake are done yet. So they are going to finish up. But that will be tonight's race. Actually, I think that is it for every class now. Well, there you go. Carter's going to be your winner here in the Radical Series. It will be Niels picking up the win over in the Cadillac Series. As you see him right there, and it will be Jake Johansson once again picking up the win in that GT4 class. Let's go ahead and talk to Carter in just a moment. Actually, I don't think we really need to interview. There's not much we can really say. So that will do it for me, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the race. Race is official now, so that's going to do it for me. Once again, we got to go kind of early here because we got another broadcast popping up immediately right now. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see y'all next week. For Adam Chapman, y'all take care and God bless.